Hi, y'all. This is Genevieve with Belladonna and Moonbeams. How are y'all doing? As you can see, we are in a different place than normal because this is my living room. And I have this Samhain altar set up, and I thought I would share it with y'all. So this is the weekend reading for October 31st through November 1st, 2020. And I think it's going to be really cool because, you know, it's Samhain, it's Halloween, it's All Saints Day. The veil is thin. Magical things are taking place all around us. And I just think that's just too cool. So, as usual, I am pulling from the Brother Thomas Oracle deck that he channeled with his deceased mother. And if you want to know about getting this particular deck, send me a private message or send me a text to 405-512-9400, and I will be more than happy to tell you how I got it. As I was shuffling these cards, one of them threw itself out at me. This is the Vision card. Let me see if I can show it to you better. I'm not real good at this part, you know. It's Vision. And this card tells me that this is a time, this weekend is a time for those of us that are dreamers, that we are dreaming, that we need to have vision. That means that we look outside of ourselves. Right now, we might be unhappy with our home or our relationship or what have you. But we can have the vision to know that it can be so much more. And we can get that vision to see where we need to go. Samhain especially is a great time for that because the veil is thinner. So we can talk to our ancestors. We can talk to spirits. We can always talk to spirit or source. But the point is that this is a wonderful time to be looking at our visions and to envision what our life can be like if we choose to make it that way. Now, we are in the sign of Scorpio, so we're going to pull for Scorpio. And Scorpio gets the Warrior card. Scorpio, that tells me that this weekend, y'all need to be prepared to fight for what you believe in. You don't need to let people walk over you this weekend. You don't deserve that. I don't deserve that. No one deserves to be walked on. But especially this weekend, you need to be a warrior. That means that you need to stand up for yourself and you need to stand up for those around you. Now, Sagittarius. This is the card for giving. This card tells me that you need to step outside of yourself and see what you can do to help others who are less fortunate. That can be someone that is just I think it's someone that's in your realm, that there's somebody around you that needs your assistance, and that maybe they're not quite asking you yet, but you recognize that they need you. So you need to be giving more of yourself. That doesn't mean you need to give away the bank. That just means that when the opportunity arises this weekend, to go ahead and do that. Cappies, this is the Lover card. That means that you need to spend some time with that special someone in your life. By spending that time with that special someone, it's going to make your weekend a whole lot better. Aquarius, this is a time to grow card. This card says that it's time for you to take a moment and to grow. You can do that by reading, by meditating, by just doing something that will allow you to ground and to get in tune with spirit and to get in tune with source. Now, Pisces. This is the cause and effect card. This card tells me that there is a cause and effect for everything in our lives. Well, we already know that. And that I think there's something that you're not recognizing is the effect of something you've already done or something that's already been done. So go ahead and embrace that. Recognize that every cause has an effect. You throw a ball up, the ball's going to come down. You do a headstand, eventually you got to come down. Everything has a cause and effect. And it's time for you to get in touch with that this weekend. You need to see what that looks like and embrace it. Now, Aries, this is the expectation card. This card says that sometimes we have unrealistic expectations. You know, there's that old saying, assume, you know what the word assume means? That assuming makes an ass of you and me. Well, that's what expectations are. They're assumptions. When you expect someone to do something for you, then that's going to cause you to have expectations on them and be disappointed. Without expectations, we don't have disappointments. Now, some of our expectations are valid. For example, if you pay someone to babysit and they don't show up, but they've already been paid, that's an expectation that's reasonable. But sometimes we expect things from other people that make no sense. They don't even know that those expectations are something that's going on. And that's not good, because when we expect things, we get disappointed. So this weekend, try not to impose those expectations on others. Now, this is for Taurus. This card is captive. So right now, Tauruses, we are feeling captive. We are feeling as if something is not, that we don't have the freedom that we normally want. I don't. I have to clean out my refrigerator and to do some things for my yard and just things like that I've been procrastinating on, and I feel captive by that. But that's also a choice. And for the most part, we're really not captives. We get to make those choices. Even if we choose to stay in our captivity, that's a choice. Okay, Geminis. This is your weekend to be creative. So what that card is saying is that instead of staying in the mundane, that you're to create, you're to look outside of yourself. This might be painting a picture. This might be singing a song, but you need to be creative. And as this veil is thin, you have so much creativity going on, and you can make something awesome. Cancers. This is your weekend to build a firm foundation. You know, if you don't have a firm foundation, it's like the big bad wolf. He huffed and he puffed and he blew the house down. Well, you don't want that now, do you, Cancers? You don't want things to blow down. So this weekend, you're starting a new project. You're starting something new. And as you're starting that, build that foundation. Learn what you need to learn. Do what you need to do to get to where you need to go. Leos. This is a new beginnings card. So this tells me that you're getting ready to start a new project. Something new in your life. And that's a really good thing. I think that's really good because Samhain is all about the harvest. And after the harvest, what happens? New things start because you're harvesting and you have something new. You have the time to start something new. So this is a new beginnings card. I want you to embrace those new beginnings. Embrace what's going on in your life. Virgos. This weekend, you need to balance yourself. You need to find balance and to do what you need to do to have that balance. That might be grounding. That might be reading a book. Everybody's going to find something different to have that balance. But it's very important that you find that balance, because when we are off balance, we make bad decisions and we do things we shouldn't do. That's when we drink too much, or we sleep too much, or we just get depressed because we're not in balance. And finally, Libras. This card is efficiency. So Libras, apparently you need to be doing something to be more efficient. Sometimes it's easier to say to be efficient than to actually do it. So sit down, write yourself a list, and figure out how you can make your time, use your time wiser. It says, I mean, there's a saying, work more efficiently, not work. Oh, I don't remember what that saying is, but it's something about working smarter, not harder. That's what it was. So you need to think about that. That might be making a list and coming up with your 10 most important things. Or it might be making a list and realizing that some of it you don't want to do or need to do. For example, in sewing, because I used to sew a lot, the patterns always call for you to make the sleeve separate from the dress or the shirt. Well, that's just dumb. You sew it on together and then you have to go, shoot, done. But yet the patterns have you do it separately. That's just a waste of your energy. And that's what work smarter, not harder means, is to use your common sense to how those things can be done. And you need to be doing that right now, Libras. You need to be working smarter, not harder. Well, y'all, this is the reading for the weekend of October 31st to November 1st. If you want to do a private reading, send me a text to 405-512-9400. I'm sure you know that we missed out on yesterday, me answering your questions for the pendulum. So go ahead and send me those questions. I'm going to do that Tuesday. And the reason for that is we had the ice apocalypse and I had no internet or electricity. So I couldn't answer your questions because I couldn't do it. So I will do that on Tuesday. And until then, have a good one. Bye.